I want you guys to remember this, that we support Black businesses. And our best way we can do it is by featuring you on our show.
Absolutely. And even if you are camera shy, maybe interviewing is not your thing, next week when you join us, I'm going to start our Black Buy of the Week. And if you guys have seen anything about season 1, you know I love to shop and I love to shop Black. So maybe you can't do the interview, or maybe that's not your thing, but we still want to be there for you. We still want to support you. So send us your products and we pay for it. We not those people that ask for it for free. Send me your commercials, send me your sales. Yeah. And we would love to pull your products out of our Black Buy of the Week bag.
Nah, we're all about helping the next person. So to piggyback on what they're saying, please hit us up. Forget about that camera shot. You sell on the product that could be a positive influence in the world. Get your behind on camera. I'm just gonna say, let us interview you. Let us market your product. Let's work together and let's improve the world. Okay, so forget all that shyness. You need to email us. We got on IG, we're on Facebook. James is on OnlyFans. That's a whole different conversation. But come on.
We all got our lives.
Season.
We all got our lives.
We are keep going, keep growing. We're in a mindset. Let's do this together. So hit us up. Let's do this.
We love to support you. And what we need is your information. We need to know, where should we go and buy? What products do we need? What products are we trying to promote? Well, this is where you come in. I need you to reach out to us. Hit us up in our email. Hit us up on our social media. Direct message us. Let us know what we can do, because we want to support you. And we need your websites. We need your commercials. We want to feature you on this show. We thank you, and we cannot wait to support your business. Big news, Nicki Minaj has been on the tail end of everybody's negative comments this week.
Nicki, can't you see?
It's kind of wild that you can go from so high to so low but because of a few tweets in this state of fame and fortune. Nicki has angered everyone, including the White House.
Not the House of White.
Including her key demographic, Black women.
Really? What did she say? Because I know it started with a tweet about COVID and COVID vaccinations.
Yes. Oh, so let's really, Auntie Mia is ready to lay all the cards out on the table with this. So let's talk about how it started. Now, us being in media, right? I realize that certain weeks we've had that struggle, right, where it gets dry and we trying to find stuff to talk about.
Right.
So Nicki goes on her radio show. It started on her radio show.
Right. Queen Radio.
Which is what she's kind of doing now.
Queen Radio. That's cute.
And so she starts talking about the vaccine and about how she's nervous to get the vaccine because her uncle, baby daddy, or something. Her daddy cousin.
Wait, the
brother,
uncle had a baby daddy?
Yeah, like it was some weird chain of 6 degrees of separation that she laid out.
Okay.
Where they got the vaccination and it rendered them impotent, right?
No.
And so what ends up
Well, it
happening,
had something to do with a swollen scrotum too.
Yeah,
huh?
like dude.
That's just Nicki's words.
Yeah,
okay,
dude swole up.
I didn't know if that was your.
And he couldn't perform no more, and it was a real terrible situation. We praying for his scrotum, and that all. Things.
I am not praying for any scrotums in this episode.
That's a horrible situation. I would imagine that as a man, that you can understand and empathize that that's real. That's a hard thing.
I mean,
right?
what if
hard thing?
What if scrotum
like the word
swollenitis came your way?
But the problem is it didn't came. Isn't that what you just said? So the swollen. Get through that.
First of all, you're not allowed to have props.
This is why I put it right here, so he can stop him in the middle of it.
Talk with my hands. Philly, you know how we do it.
So it's a situation where.
So his balls are swollen from COVID. COVID gave him swollen balls.
vaccine is what
The
she's
vaccination.
saying
It did it.
The vaccine did it. So because he has swollen balls, now he can't blow any backs. Basically, is where
That's
we're at.
basically what she said, right?
But he had no difficulty doing this prior, so it was COVID.
We
So
don't
he
know
was just
that.
he was just Wesley Pipes up in this thing.
We just know that that's where he's hanging his hat, right?
And how do we know that the vaccine did it?
That's the point that
Right.
the entire CDC and Attorney and Surgeon General made
Okay.
when they sent Miss Nikki a nice little email / cease and desist letter to tell her that she needed to stay in her lane, right? So that was a couple weeks ago. Like, it was immediate backlash.
A lot of
Like,
people
they
was coming at her.
called
Joy Reid was coming at her.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a problem. Fast forward a couple weeks later, and as you know, she is Nikki Petty now. She's married. And as most of us know, her husband was convicted and served time for a sexual offense.
Yeah.
And so
She knows how to pick him.
the girl who his accuser actually is suing Nicki Minaj.
Why? What'd she do? What'd she do?
Because Nicki, in the beginning of their relationship, went on and did a whole rant.
Nigga gotta
Twitter.
stop with the rant. Rants didn't work well for Kanye.
Yeah.
They don't work for you, mama.
Twitter, and just her speaking out because people immediately found out her husband's past and they were coming for her. So she basically slut shamed
I mean,
the young
what?
lady.
What a wife? That's what a wife would do.
So slut shame.
See, that's what I can't wait to talk about. What you just said.
That's
Okay.
what a wife would do. You hold
so wait,
yours down.
so what's slut shame? Basic slut
So
shame.
it's like basically when something happens to a lady, a female, or anyone really in this day and age, where somebody is sexually inappropriate or they get attacked, there's a thing that happens that if the other person, where I don't know how to explain it in adult terms, but I know like in school, like if it's a popular guy or if it's somebody that people care about, then they will blame the victim in such a way that
Yeah,
the
like you should.
victim-
So she should. If you didn't want that to happen, you shouldn't have wore that, or you
Yeah.
shouldn't have been that, or because of the things you put online, it's kind of like you're asking for it. She
Yeah.
basically victim blamed the person who was assaulted in this way, and she did that from the perspective of I'm just trying to protect my
Yeah.
husband, and maybe not from the perspective of bad things happen. Maybe both people had some wrong in it.
Yeah.
She just completely took a side.
Yeah, and she did a lot with it though. Like she implied in the way that she expressed herself, she implied that the person that accused him was white. They eventually found out that wasn't true.
So she's black.
They said that that they were in a relationship, and the reason that it happened was because she was underage and they were teenagers, and he was young when it happened.
Right.
Found out that wasn't necessarily the
Right,
case.
wow.
And so she's doing a whole lot and making it worse. So now what she finds herself in is because she's a public figure and she said these things, everyone who stands Nicki Minaj is riding for her.
Exactly.
And so her barbs have literally made this lady's life a living hell. They have actually harassed her. She's getting death threats.
So
She's
can Nikki
doing-
Can Nikki go get charged for that? Because that's like inciting a
She
riot,
is.
right?
That is basically what's happening. Like, it's not criminal charges, but the charge that she is suing her for is defamation of character.
Wow.
And I think she has a really good case.
It sounds like it, because you have to think about it like Joy Reid came at Nikki too and was like, you have 22 million followers. Let's just say it's 20 million loyal followers and not people just being nosy, right? 1 million people is a lot. To have 20 of them saying at a whim, whenever you say something, they'll just do it. It's kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
There are nations that don't have 22 million people.
Yeah.
And because you have them just by a snap at your finger, you can make them do whatever. It's like an army. If Nikki uses that in a improper way, then she should be held accountable because of the power. But then it kind of creates this weird thing of like, yeah, but they're adults. They can do whatever they want to do. Just because I said it don't mean that I should be. I don't know. That's a weird place,
So
right?
let's talk about that. It's a weird place because we talking about Nicki Minaj, somebody that we love, somebody that it may be, somebody that you vibe with or you like her persona. But when Trump did that, we was like, let's put him under the jail.
But I kind of feel the same way about that too. Like at the
Yeah.
end of the day, these are supposed to be educated,
Allegedly.
allegedly, people who just have an affinity for a figure. And just because because these people have jobs, they had money to get to that, January 6th. They had money to buy their hotels. They had money to buy all the Confederacy flags and all that stuff. And to make money, you got to have some sort of smarts on you. That doesn't mean you can't be influenced. But it does mean that you're an adult and you can make your own decisions. So just because Trump says something, or Nicki says something, or idol figure says something, does not mean that the people should just blindly go against it.
I agree.
So it is that fine line of, do we blame Nicki, or do we blame any figurehead that has some sort of influence over a great number of people? Do we blame them for just being able to speak their mind? Because they still have perspective. They still have a heart. They still deal with life. They still want to protect their loved ones. They still want to ride for them. Even if it's wrong or right, they still want to do those things. And just because there's this group of minions of people who would just do irrational things because you hint at something, it's kind of on them and not the figurehead. You know?
I mean, I don't know. I just
because
feel like...
I get it. Well, I'm just sorry, really quickly. These people are role models, but like, I just want to make music. I just want to make movies. Who said I'm educated enough, right, to be giving you advice on what you should do for your life?
Yeah, but the reality is, I mean, everything that Nicki's saying, I mean, it's embarrassing, but there's a lot of people who aren't celebrities that do the same dumb stuff anyway. This is just normal stuff. We have people in our family that are ignorant, friends. You see it all the time. It's just because they have that attention. It's just, it's glorified. But the reality is that, when it comes to, I mean, it's just like, what's the chick married to Offset, Cardi B and all that. Ignorance sells. The fact that we're talking about it, she wins, whether it's stupid.
Yeah, but does she win when them court cases start knocking on her door? Does she win when her husband goes to jail for however long? We didn't talk about that. This
is what this generation is deemed as popular. This is the thing. The more ignorant you are, the more prominent you are. That's just the way it is. So if she was doing the right thing, if she was doing charities and doing positive things, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Positive things is not looked at in the same way as ignorance. Look at the Kardashians. They're famous from what? Ray J's tape? That's how they became famous.
That's definitely a launch pad.
What did she do? And the tape wasn't even that impressive. I can show you a complete. Anyway, that's besides the point. But I mean, you have Real Housewives of Atlanta. They're considered. See how I just did that?
You gave it like 2 stars.
Yeah. I mean, it was ho hum to me. You know what I mean? But that might be
did
great
you say
to some.
Ho hum?
HOHUM. Look it up.
Because you said ho
hum. And there was some hoes in the video, but it's
like
just
a whore's home.
Right. Well, I mean, that's debatable depending on what you're into, but. The point that I'm making is like Real Housewives of Atlanta. They're glorified. They're deemed as celebrities. Yeah. For what? For what? So this what
I get it. It's drama based marketing, right? Like as long as you can put something out and you can make a headline, as long as you're winning, right? Your brand is getting bigger, even if it's getting bigger from the negativity that's going into it. It's still showing some sort of
ignorant sales
stock rise, right? Because people are talking about it, even if it's rising high quickly or going down quickly. And we don't look at the positive things as much.
No,
you're right.
That don't sell.
So I'm ready to rule my judgment.
Ooh.
Okay. This is what I think. Mm-hmm. All right. I think.
I don't know what kind of gavel that was, but go ahead.
Right.
I did what I can. This is the biceps and everything.
I have enjoyed many Nicki Minaj songs. I think she needs a date night. I think that you're not getting enough attention. You made a choice, honorable and wonderful choice, that when you had your child, that you would retire from music. And so I think what we're seeing is somebody who is used to getting attention.
You saying go sit down.
Get somewhere and have several seats.
Get somewhere and sit down.
And so because you don't have no music out, you're not in no videos. Cardi doing her thing.
People feed off of people talking about them.
You know what I mean? And so you're missing and craving that. So what I need you to do is go get in the studio and quit saying dumb stuff.
Because it seems like she's retired from thinking
that whole entire part. Now, my next thing I want to circle back to is what James said. He said, this is what you're supposed to do. Right?
Did he do that with it?
You know what I mean? This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to ride or die. Now, I consider myself a ride or die.
Okay.
Right? I do.
Loyalty.
Yeah. That's my biggest thing, right? Like and my husband and I talk about this all the time, is that if you wrong in public eye, you 100% right. But when we behind closed doors, this whole thing is Nicki's fault. Because correct me if I'm wrong, he was convicted and served time already.
I thought he was going back.
No, really?
Oh, he served time. I thought the news that he was going back or something like that.
No, he did 4 years.
Really? Oh, so he's this is that portion. The jail stuff is over. She can literally just like tuck her head and be like, let this breeze over.
And the girl was doing that. Again, this is where her insecurity came out because she couldn't handle that if you decide to love this man past his past, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you said you're gonna do.
That's what you said you was gonna do.
And you think people got in her ear and was like, Nikki, you out here looking bad. You looking crazy. And so she was just like, well, I'm gonna make old girl look bad.
I think she couldn't handle the fact that people were coming for her husband. And I think as a woman, this is something that you do when you yourself are not too sure about your choice.
Clearly.
Maybe.
And so you overcompensate.
That's what happened.
It was a tough thing for her to actually like choose someone with a past, right? Because you're a public figure, everything you do is public. Every choice you make is public. And when you choose to marry someone, if she knew his past or not, if you choose to move forward in that light and say, I'm gonna take this person on as a husband, as a partner, as even somebody who's involved in my business, because now no matter what they do, it reflects on me, then you gotta live with those consequences.
If you choose that, right? They got history. Like they've been people since middle school, right? Mm-hmm. If you choose to ride, then ride. Ride.
And just deal with all the bumps along the way.
Where's her dad? Like, because typically with daughters, they look for a man that has some of the.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get here.
Getting whipped?
No, I'm just trying.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know if he's a figure in her.
It can't be. That's at all the men. That's what you rock with, and you put down somebody else. So clearly, some parent, they failed somewhere with the choices.
Yeah.
Had to.
As an auntie, you see girls making mistakes, and there's not that much of an age difference between us, but it's a situation where you're doing so many things, sis, to justify your choice. Mm-hmm. And if you are happy and he's good to you and he's changed and you're not worrying about him going and running up on nobody, then live your life.
Just go live your life.
Quit, because
Stop bringing your bedroom into the streets.
Yeah, that girl had tried to move on with her life. She was doing her. Nikki is the one that brought this whole thing and all of the details
So she paid for it. She reaped what she sowed.
Well, this is what happens when you thrust someone, a human being, into the spotlight and they don't have the maturity and understanding. With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
But we keep thrusting these people in there that people think are everyday and we're amused by because, they're just like me. But like I said, when you have the public eye, I think it's imperative to be positive and set an example. But people don't care. People don't want that pressure. Like you were saying, you didn't ask to be a celebrity. Why do I have to?
Yeah, it's a hard thing to do, right? Because everybody has the dream of being like big and huge and a legendary star, right? Which Nikki is. Let's not take anything from her as an artist. She is an amazing talent. But when you get that, sometimes the idea doesn't grow with you that now everything I say has consequence. Everything I say holds weight. If I tweet about this stock can go down. You know, these things can happen because of my voice, and sometimes that power is a little bit too much to handle.
I mean, I can get that.
And guys, they have people for this. It's called publicists.
True.
And we as black celebrities, I'm famous, but black celebrities do not embrace what that is. White celebrities have a whole team of people
telling them what they can put out.
You don't do dumb stuff.
Wow. Or take it down, or they have ways of fixing the dumb stuff that you do, right?
So she needs to fire her publicist and get people with common sense.
If she has that, because we were talking about this before, James, where the difference between us and them sometimes is that other cultures of celebrity surround themselves with professionals when they reach a certain level of celebrity. We surround ourselves
with our friends and family,
with our
homeboys that don't got
and
no going.
homegirls that
That's
we grew
stupid.
up with.
And they in their face like, look, girl, I'll just let that live.
Yeah, and so they gonna put the battery in your back. They gonna amen you. They gonna tell you what you want to hear. Cause first of all, we homies, and second of all, I'm eating off you.
Only person that was successful with that I could think of is LeBron James and his crew.
And
He's the
why?
only. He's the
LeBron
only
did it
one.
right, didn't he?
And you know why? Because if y'all gonna be my people, he sent them to college.
He put them in positions to be the best that they could be, and then also grew. LeBron had it.
But I'm curious, you know, what is your perspective on this? I know we have some people who are swayed one way or the other. I'm curious, so please tune in, give us your thoughts, and even if we agree, if you agree with us, so be it. I mean, I don't care, frankly, but they may. I know the right thing to say is to encourage you to speak your mind, so bring it. Speak up.
That's the greatest thing about like this whole thing is that there is really no absolute right nor absolute wrong. Nicki, who seemingly started this, probably did it in her heart for the reason of saying, I just want to protect what's mine now. But in turn, you help bring harm or danger to another person's life. And then you have a whole bunch of minions who really are ready to do whatever you do, whatever you want to do. And you still ain't vaccinated because you done ruin people's chances. 20 million people, if they follow you to a T, they're gonna say, oh, well, I don't want my cousin's nephew, uncle, neighbor
like
Nicki
could be responsible for the deaths of many people because of that. Because there's a lot of ignorant people that don't either know someone that can properly educate them. She could be responsible for additional deaths.
So now, what is that count for of a fourth charge? Like it says first degree, second degree. Is that fourth degree murder?
Like I said,
maybe that is what's gonna happen.
I mean,
eventually.
I've said this in previous episodes. I'll say it again. At this point, if you don't want to get vaccinated, don't wear a mask. And if you're that adamant that it doesn't exist in all hoax, when you get sick, stay your ass home and have a conversation with God, and He'll decide whether or not you live or die. That's where I'm at. So. People, I'm just tired of people talking about, oh, I'm scared. Oh, it's a conspiracy. Okay, well, you can be conspiracy when you in bed.
And I think and here's the thing. A lot of times we focus on the massive, right? I always say if there's 10 people in the room and 9 of them are quiet, but one person is yelling, that person's gonna get the attention of the room.
Sure.
And so we always focus on the one. We always focus on the one story or the one person on a horse whipping people at the border, or the one Nicki Minaj that does this, even though her one is kind of a large portion, it's still just that one story. So we gotta look at some positives in the aspect of it. People are still surviving COVID. People are still getting
surviving
vaccinated.
R. Kelly, apparently.
People are still surviving R. Kelly.
That's a big,
Lord Jesus, he gone through some stuff in his life. He should listen to his mind, because his mind
was telling him no.
But
my body.
That was a good one.
You should.
My body.
But there are good things that are still coming out of it. And so if you are, just protect yourself. Just continue to protect yourself. We appreciate it, man.
Protect yourself before you wreck yourself.